In this video, I'll uncover how CBD oil can offer you some relief if you're someone who suffers from anxiety and depression. CBD oil is one of the hottest topics out there in natural health. You've probably seen testimonial after testimonial, people raving about how CBD oil really gave them their life back. Now in this video, we're going to not only talk about CBD oil and how it acts on the body, but we're going to specifically dive into how it can help with anxiety and depression. But before we get started, I'm Dr. Zarowski and welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, it's a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and join our notification community. That way it can help you excel your health and your life. Let's go ahead and dive in. So what is CBD oil? Like I said, this is a topic that's very misunderstood. All the time patients come into my clinic and they'll whisper to me that they're using CBD oil because they don't want anybody to hear it, as if they're using some hard drug. And the truth is that CBD oil is something that is completely legal, it's completely safe, and it's legal in all 50 states. Now when we look at CBD oil, like I said, it's misunderstood. So let's talk a little bit further about it. So it's an extract from the cannabis plant. Now, when we look at the cannabis plant, there's many extracts that come from it. It's just one of them that appears to be very medicinal. CBD is one of 113 known cannabinoids, and it, like I said, is very medicinal. And now, one of the things that gets confused about the CBD is that many people think that, well, it's a replacement for marijuana. Well, no, not really. Let me break this down a little bit. So it has incredible health benefits, but it doesn't give you the high. Now, when you start taking these different extracts from the cannabinoid plant, essentially what you're going to find is that you're going to get THC and you're going to get many others, and one of them is CBD. Now THC is going to be responsible for giving you that high. CBD offers you a lot of medicinal benefits, but it doesn't give you that high. So when you take THC out of the equation, you get this oil that is highly medicinal, has tons of benefits, and there's not the negative side effects of getting the high. Now, there's little to no known side effects. And when I say little to no known side effects, I'm basically referring to when I was looking at the research, I found that it can cause you to be a little bit fatigued and sleepy sometimes. And for some people, that's what they want. But there's no other side effects that I came across other than that. Now, when we look at how does it work, okay, I want to keep this really simple. I don't want to start breaking down CB1 receptors and CB2 receptors and, all these different ways it acts on the body. I just want to keep it really simple here. So what it does is it acts on the endocannabinoid system. Now, when we talk about this system, we talk about activating this system and acting upon it. Essentially what we're doing is we're creating homeostasis throughout the body, right? If we have hormones that are dysregulated, we want to regulate them. If your body temperature's off, we want it to normalize. If you have anything else that's, dysregulated within the body, we want to create normalcy. And that's what homeostasis is. And that's what the CBD really helps to do throughout the body. It also offers positive brain function and support there. Now, the thing is, when we look at CBD, there's a lot of people for a lot of different reasons that are using it. But specifically, like I said, we're talking about anxiety and depression in this video. So what we find a lot of times when people have anxiety and depression, they have a lot of brain imbalances. So when there's that imbalance, what happens? The CBD can help create homeostasis. It helps create balance. So it naturally targets many of the same receptors that are targeted by pharmaceuticals, right? Now, when we look at anxiety medication, depression medication, there's a lot of really negative side effects that come with it. I've had family members that have been on that stuff, and it's really scary when you look at a side effect of something and it says suicide, okay? Now, when you look at CBD, it's acting on many of those same receptors. The fact is that you're getting some side effects like some fatigue, okay? So that's why it works very, very well. I personally know one person who has been on bipolar medication most of their life, and they were able to use CBD to come off of it and really help improve the overall quality of their life. I mean, in the way that, with the medication, they were putting on weight, with the CBD, they're not. So overall, not only did they have positive results, but, there's just testimonial after testimonial of people who are getting amazing results. So it also is going to support many conditions, right? We're talking about anxiety and depression, but there's things like PTSD, there's Alzheimer's, there's many neurological conditions like epilepsy, where people are having seizures and are getting great results using CBD. I'll put a link to the CBD oil in the description that I really like. This is not a sponsored video. This is not even an affiliate video. I just am putting some resources because I always do when I talk about any topic. So look in the description for the one that I like to use. The next here is CBD oil and anxiety. This is really what we came here for, okay? When we look at anxiety, it's something that in the United States alone, over 20 million people suffer from. It's always sad to see people suffer from anxiety because it's not something something they bring upon themselves. It's not something they choose. I've seen people lose their jobs and lose their families, literally just, have their lives tipped upside down because they have anxiety that is just something that they can't even control. Some of the characteristics of anxiety are going to be things like excessive worry, nervousness, increased heart rate, irritability, lack of concentration, difficulty sleeping, a lot of muscle tension throughout the entire body. And there's more. These are some of the major ones that people face though. Now let's go ahead and step over here and see what some of the research is saying. Now in general, when we look at CBD and research, it's few and far between. This is a new topic, so there is a lot of ongoing research occurring right now. But as far as just loads of research out there waiting in databases, it really doesn't exist at this point. Now, a review by Blessing and others basically found that CBD provides positive evidence in the preclinical models in order to actually be taken to more clinical models. So basically what they're saying is, wow, CBD has shown to work so well in preclinical situations and case studies and on a one-on-one basis of testimonials. Basically what they're finding is that it works so well that they want to actually take it to clinical studies, right? They want to know that there's something worth looking at before they spend fortunes on investigating it. And so what he's saying in this research is that, hey, this stuff is really working well. We need to further investigate this. There's a study by Shannon and others, and basically what they did is they took 72 adults with anxiety. Of those 72 adults, basically what they found is 79.2% of them had decreased anxiety scores throughout the study, and they found that as the study went on, their anxiety scores continued to decrease. So of 72 people, almost 80% of them had decreased anxiety by using CBD oil. So that's pretty powerful information right there. And it's one of those situations like, well, what do you have to lose when you're talking about side effects being something like fatigue? Next is CBD oil and depression. Okay, this is another major issue. There's a lot of people who are having this issue today. Suicide rates are, out of control, and it affects 20% of the population. When we look at depression, essentially you're going to characterize it by symptoms like severe despondency and dejection. You're also going to characterize it like sadness, hopelessness, tearfulness, also irritability, sleep disturbances. They can't sleep at night, many others, but these are some of the major issues that people face. Now, when we look at some of the research, preclinical research and case studies offer promising results using CBD for depression, okay? This is one of those situations. Lots of case studies out there, lots of people reporting that they're getting great results. There's a lot of testimonials out there, but the fact is there's not a lot of deep studies on CBD and depression, okay? So there's multiple ongoing studies out there, but the fact is that there's a lot of people seeing great results with both anxiety and depression when it comes to CBD oil. So check out the link in the description below. Give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section here below. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you want to learn more about exercise, nutrition, reversing health conditions, intermittent fasting, ketogenic diet, all those topics, hit that little bell notification so you stay locked in and you never miss another piece of content. And then also check out my other videos over here that are going to help you improve your health. And I'll see you in the next video.